slowly I forget, and my heart starts vanishing, and suddenly I see that I can't break free. I'm slipping through the cracks of a dark eternity with nothing but my pain and the paralyzing agony to tell me who I am, who I was. Uncertainty enveloping my mind till I can't break free. And maybe it's a dream, maybe nothing else is real, but it wouldn't mean a thing if I told you how I feel. So I'm tired of all the pain, of the misery inside, and I wish that I could live feeling nothing but the night. You could tell me what to say, you could tell me where to go, but I doubt that I would care, and my heart would never know. If I make another move, there'll be no more turning back, because everything will change and it all will fade to black. Will tomorrow ever come? Will I make it through the night? Will there ever be a place for the broken in the light? Am I hurting? Am I sad? Should I stay or should I go? I've forgotten how to tell. Did I ever even know? Can I take another step? I've done everything I can. All the people that I see, I will never understand.
Well, what do you think?
I think her dress is better now than it was late. Wait, this is before. This is way before. Anyway, her dress is a lot better now than it was presently. I'm still confused. But anyway, there you go. It's a lot more tasteful than the usual as to pure eye candy. So, anyway.
I'm sorry, Lychee, but this paper, Applications of Liquid Seether with Individual Organisms, as a contributor to this research, I can't give you the go-ahead.
Why not? You didn't have any problems with my previous report.
There's a significant difference between student work and academic research. Yeah, how to put this? Look, your theory is brilliant. Kokonoe thinks so. So do I. That is why I decided to contribute my research, but this new thesis is lacking. You don't have the proof to support your findings. Not enough to make the theory viable anyway. For instance, here. On the 7th test, you start drawing conclusions about the karyotype, apparently based only on inference. The effects this might have on the human body are still a mystery. You only incorporate the genome at 3 points, which is not nearly enough to stabilize the Seether. You don't have sufficient evidence to support your conclusions.
Are you saying it's impossible? How do you explain Professor Relius then? He successfully demonstrated the smelting process on a body.
Lychee, you really should know better than to say his name in Sector 7. You do know what he's done, don't you? Besides, the boundary interface prime field device wasn't human. Your theory and his aren't equivalent. I'm sorry, but your thesis isn't strong enough to prove human smelting is possible. Even if this somehow got past peer review, I would never put my name on it. I'm sorry, that was too much. I didn't mean to...
Then we just need to increase our observation.
What?
If the observed values are what's holding it back, then wouldn't that be the most logical solution?
It's not that simple. Observation on a karyotype analysis is unstable, even on a cellular level. If you're really interested in improving your observation, then yes, I think your only way forward would be to look into grimoires.
What? Grimoires are almost as taboo here as Ars Magus. How could I possibly get away with using them?
You don't need to use them, only prove the effectiveness. A grimoire is created from pure Seether. Wouldn't that mean they are the most efficient way to study Seether's effects? And even among grimoires, there's one that's unique. The Azure Grimoire. Have you heard of it?
Roy, please, stop. The Azure Grimoire is just a library fantasy. We shouldn't rely on a power we know nothing about. We should focus on proving the theories we already have.
You're stubborn, just like her.
Her?
If I want your opinion, I'll ask for it, Roy. Notice how I didn't? Now piss off.
His personality, sorry, his impression is bang on.
Pretty good impression, Roy. Who was that supposed to be again?
And busted.
Professor Kokonoe.
Good morning. How long have you been there?
5 minutes maybe. Long enough. Want to do that impression again, Roy? I liked it.
Right.
Look at this, Lychee. It's the face of a scientist so desperate to find an answer, he just fried his own brain. That's why we always need to be ready to defend our theories.
Understood.
Damn. There's nothing wrong with getting passionate about your ideas, but for God's sake, pay attention to your surroundings. You never know who might be listening. Besides, talking about grimoires, what the hell were you thinking? Obviously you weren't. Don't let people hear you.
Okay.
I'm really, really sorry.
Good. Glad we had this talk. Now go get me a cup of coffee, Roy.
Why is it always me?
Don't get smart. Think of it as a compliment. I like your brew. Now hop to it. Remember, sugar! 30 cubes! I've been using my head a lot lately.
Fine, fine. Starting to feel like you just hired me to make coffee.
Little bastard. I give him a compliment and all he does is whine. Now then.
Those papers, do they have something to do with the causality weapon?
Yeah, looks like they're dumping more funding into digging it out. Sure doesn't seem sane to me. This kind of shit is really, really supposed to stay buried. Hard to believe anyone's so thick they can't see that, but... Anyway, it's a huge headache. Like I don't have enough crap on my plate already.
Do you think the committee plans to use the causality weapon for war?
No. It was built to fight the Black Beast. If you want to fight humans, you're better off just using nukes. The fact that the top brass hasn't really done anything yet tells me that at least they understand that.
Then why are they doing this?
They wanted Nirvana pretty bad, and pushed the operation through. It succeeded, but the only thing we got out of that was...
Professor, do you have any ideas?
No. It couldn't be. Never mind. You were talking to Roy earlier, right?
Huh? Oh, yes. Why?
Don't try and tap into power you can't control. It never ends well.
I understand.
If he had a tenth of your reason, I wouldn't be this worried. Look, this might sound weird, but have you noticed anything off about Roy lately?
Different? No, I can't say that I have.
Okay. Never mind then. Forget we had this conversation.
Tager here. I've reached the target.
Huh. That was fast. What are the readings looking like?
Good. I'm not seeing any life forms in the area. Is that your doing?
Yeah. I asked everybody there to leave for a little while. Don't worry. I did it nicely.
Right. I found the server.
Can you get in?
This may take a while. The password has been rotated 3 times in the last 10 seconds. I'm having a difficult time keeping up.
Thought so. Give me 5 minutes, then patch me in. I'll do this myself.
5 minutes. Understood.
Why does it sound like this may not be entirely legal?
Just doing those idiots a favor and clearing out their ledger. Bringing their books back to black.
Your... what?
Here's your coffee, 30 sugars, just like you asked.
Thanks. Oh, make sure you finish maintenance on that probe today. I'm putting you in charge.
The probe? Wait, are you serious?
We're finally starting!
Yep. I've been sitting on this long enough. Starting tomorrow, we're going to be looking inside the boundary.
Understood. I'll begin preparations immediately.
Excuse me, Professor.
Who knows how long it'll be before we see any results, though. Still, No time to just sit on our hands. I know he killed the sister, or had something to do with it. We need the Susanoo unit, before Yuki Terumi comes back.
Kokonoi, come in. This is Tager. Preparations are complete.
Oh, right. How's this?
Done already. Impressive. Yes, we have access.
Stand by. I'm going through all the relevant data.
Roger. Kokonoi, can I ask you something?
What is it?
Why are we deleting data from an operation that happened 2 years ago?
Because it's connected to the causality weapon.
Even though it was covered up, you want to make sure all the data is destroyed.
Yes. Causality weapons are dangerous. I want to erase them from history before some idiot decides it might be fun to have one.
Sounds like you might have some theories about which idiot and what they might have planned.
Oh, I've got theories coming out my ass. But right now, the idiots I'm concerned with are the ones who are getting a little too interested in this old operation. I don't know who they are or what they want, but I'm sure it's not good. We have to cover all our bases here. That's it.
Very well.
I warned them something like this might happen. But did they delete their data? Of course not. Alright, all gone. Double check and make sure I didn't miss anything, just to be safe.
Understood. Kokonoi, before you go, I wanted to ask you one more thing.
Someone's full of curiosity today.
It's barely detectable, but you seem upset. Did something happen?
It's nothing. If that was your question, I'm hanging up. Remember, erase everything. Upset? More like pissed. Ironic. I just gave this advice. This situation isn't exactly sunshine and farts. This boundary research might pan out, but there's no guarantee I'll be able to find Hakumen. Roy's making me worried, though. He might be an idiot, but he's my idiot. Nothing wrong with being dedicated to your research, but since Ikaruga, he's been pushing himself way too hard. No way his head's still screwed on straight. I've seen plenty of scientists drive themselves mad that way. I guess it's my responsibility to make sure it doesn't happen to him. I'm thinking too much. Maybe a little coffee. Damn it, it's cold. Time to call Roy.
Professor? It's Roy. Roy Carmine.
Come in.
Well, here I am. You called? Professor?
I read your report, and your research. You want to tell me what the hell this is? You have got some serious explaining to do.
As you can see, that's my research on Seether.
And who the hell approved it? I can't have you using my lab to study whatever ridiculous bullshit catches your fancy. Do you even have any idea what you're doing here? Controlling and suppressing Seether. You know what the implications of this are?
Creating a black beast?
Are you completely insane?
Of course not. I do believe, however, that my research on this subject is the key to saving humanity. Needless to say, anything worth doing has its share of risks. Lychee's liquid theory is right. I know this has to be where she wants to go too. All the more reason for us to learn how to control Seether.
Forget it! That's impossible.
You know, I've been wondering, and I guess this is as good a time as any to ask, so... Are you afraid of this research? Why do you keep refusing to even consider it?
What?
My instincts tell me it has to do with the Azure. Am I right? Why are you so afraid of taking a risk?
Ridiculous. When you jaywalk, that's a risk. What you're talking about is throwing yourself off a bridge onto the freeway. You want to save the world? Great. Think of another way.
Why are you refusing to see the truth? A world without Seether is what humankind wants. It's what they need. If there's something that can make that happen, it's our duty to examine it.
Do I stutter? It's impossible!
No, it is possible, and I'm going to prove it. Seether is nothing more than programs in particle form.
And you can nullify them, I take it?
I believe so, yes.
Pathetic.
You have to know what I'm talking about. Surely the data we gathered from the Icariga experiment led you to the same conclusion.
Don't you ever talk about that!
Why not?
I said stop!
I'm sorry, it's just that during the Icariga... Oh!
What's wrong? Are you okay?
Yes, I just felt... dizzy for a moment.
You need some rest. I bet you haven't gotten a decent night's sleep since you came back from Icariga.
I don't have time for that.
Are you there, Professor?
Hold that thought. Yeah, I'm here. Come in.
The results are... Oh, hello, Roy. Was I interrupting?
No, I just had a few questions regarding my research. If you'll excuse me.
That idiot.
Is something wrong?
Just an error or two in his report. No big deal.
Oh, okay. Would you like some coffee?
Huh? Oh, yes. Thank you.
Of course.
He's still wavering, I think, but whatever side he comes down on is gonna be the one he commits to completely. I just hope he doesn't go the wrong way. Point altered. Fixing relative coordinate at x18. Roger. Coordinate set to x18. Locking in 3, 2, 1. Target locked. Probe is all green. Seether transition is stable. Roy.
No. So far, I'm not getting anything.
No changes in Seether concentration either.
I don't care how trivial they look. Don't miss any fluctuations. If my hunch is right, the target is close. Real close.
I know. We've been at this almost a year, and you've been telling us that if we don't produce results soon, we're all going to get shut down. I can't say I agree with the way this is being handled. If they hadn't lost the prime field device, we could have wrapped this up a long time ago.
Keep your thoughts to yourself. I thought I made myself pretty clear about that.
My apologies.
Damn it. I know just how the poor guy feels. If I had a boundary interface prime field device, this search would have taken half this time, if that. But the 12th unit from Relius's lab has been missing since Ibukido. And even with the parts I salvaged from the 11th, it'll take me years to rebuild her. Tager might come close with the artificial causality weapon, but I can't risk him right now. This is no time for crying over spilt milk. What's wrong?
Anomaly detected in Seether concentration.
Professor, these readings...
Yeah, there's no mistake. I finally found you. Hello, Susanoo unit. Or should I call you Hakumen of the 6 Heroes?
We've finally done it! Congratulations, Professor!
Don't get ahead of yourself. You still have to pull the damn thing out, and that's gonna take a while.
Nevertheless, this is one of the greatest scientific discoveries of this century. You found one of the 6 heroes alive!
Yeah, just don't get ahead of yourself. This is all part of the plan.
How did you know this is where the Susanoo unit would be?
A tip from an old friend.
It doesn't matter where the information came from. What matters is that we're one step closer to unraveling the mysteries of the boundary. That's all that counts.
I don't give half a shit what you think we're doing here, but let me make this crystal clear. I am not here to solve the mystery of the boundary. I want Hakumen. That's it.
He's still an important clue. Professor, with my data and our analysis of Hakumen, we could completely change the way we view the boundary.
Your data? What the hell are you talking about?
I was going to tell you eventually, but I suppose I might as well do it now. Let me get my report.
What the hell is this?
What do you mean?
The Azure Grimoire? Who in their right mind would sign off on this shit? I distinctly recall telling you to back the hell off of this. What part of that was unclear?
I'm sorry, I just...
You just did exactly what I told you not to do. I don't want to hear excuses. You're gonna destroy all of this research, now! I told you not to get close to the Azure.
All I'm trying to do is understand the boundary and change the world.
Change the world? What, now you're trying to make yourself a god?
No, I only...
Look, last time you said you wanted to save the world. I respect that. It's noble. But saving and changing are two very, very different things. And I'm starting to wonder if you understand that. I do not want to have this conversation again. Destroy this research, and after that, go back to your quarters.
Why?
Because this shit is the last thing I need right now.
But I need the Azure! Why can't you understand? This is the first real clue we've gotten. The Azure!
I swear to God, if I hear Azure one more time, that thing is useless.
But if we can solve the mystery of the boundary, then we can change the world. The Azure Grimoire has the answers. I know it.
Why are you so fixated on the Azure Grimoire?
It's one of the original grimoires. You know that, don't you? It has a near infinite amount of power. If I had the Azure, I'd have the power of the boundary at my fingertips.
Infinite? That thing sucks the life out of whoever carries it. You know that, don't you? The moment you get close to it is the moment you're done for. To me, it's just a worthless, incomplete piece of crap.
Then why don't we at least test it? On animals, perhaps, or even humans. I'll be the first test subject. Kokonoe, we are years behind the library right now. If we don't do something, we're going to...
Do I need to remind you who's the chief of this department? In case I do, it's me. I'm not your colleague, and right now, I'm not your friend either.
Well, I'm sorry, but I have to say this. All I'm trying to do is the extension of what you did at Ikaraga. Yes, some lives were lost, but it was for the greater good of humankind. For our evolution.
Our evolution? Are you seriously trying to tell me what happened at Ikaraga was good?
Whatever it was, it happened, and the data we collected is true and accurate. Could it have been prevented? Perhaps, but what's done is done.
Roy, this conversation is over. Go back to your quarters.
Why? Please, tell me what's holding you back.
Was I not clear enough the first time?
I'm sorry.
Let me just say one last thing. I'm not fighting this battle to win it. That goddamn idiot. It's me. Once you've confirmed Roy has returned to his quarters, cut the power on number 28. Yes, I know the implications. Yes, lock him in his room. Got it?
Professor, what's going on? Where's Roy?
He's become a liability. I don't need radicals polluting my lab with unauthorized research.
But he's worked for you for so long. You're being too harsh.
I know you care about him, but you can't let your emotions cloud your judgment. Look at what's right in front of you.
This has nothing to do with my feelings for him. If you look at what's in front of you for a moment, you'll see this is much too severe.
Until he gets his head on straight, I can't let him out of that room. I'm in charge, and I've made my decision.
Professor!
No, this conversation is over. Get back to your post.
Having a staring contest with a monitor? How's Roy doing?
Same as he was doing yesterday. Just sitting in the corner of his room. Hasn't even touched his food.
Why is he doing that?
Who knows? Maybe he's reflecting on his many mistakes.
I always saw scientists as a breed of person willing to make many mistakes in the pursuit of one right answer. Surely he will recover from this.
He's a scientist, but he's also only human. And humans have a nasty habit of making the same mistakes over and over again. I've seen a whole lot of people fall into that trap.
Do you think he's one of them?
Professor Kokonoe,
What?
I admit my mistakes. I will destroy all of my research.
Good. I expect you to have that done shortly.
I guess he's avoided the trap.
I hope so.
Just as promised, here it is. This is everything.
Unbelievable. How are you doing all of this right under my nose?
All I can say is that I'm sorry. I confess there's a part of me that's sad to see it disappear, but I understand that this is your decision.
I know I shouldn't look a gift horse in the mouth, but why the sudden change in attitude?
You've made up your mind. I just couldn't see any point to arguing with you over it.
That was uncharacteristically docile. I don't have a reason to doubt him, I guess, but I just want to be sure. This is everything, right?
Yes, it is.
All right. We're gonna be busy as hell with Hawkeman's excavation, so I'm going to need your help. Are you on board?
Of course. Thank you, Professor Kokonoe.
Roy!
Lychee.
I'm glad to see you're okay. I tried to get her to let you out, but I'm sorry. I should have done more.
Don't worry about it. It's okay. In fact, this is kind of funny. I was just about to come visit you.
Really?
Yes, I wanted to ask for your help. I need an assistant on my next project. If it goes well, we might be able to provide definitive proof for your liquid seether theory.
What?